Benny B, that's me.
Niggas, I need your hits. Welcome to the live show.
Let's go. We some niggas. We the peace. 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 The NWO intro came about because Ben is a fuck up. What happened is we tried 3 times. We had 3 great ones where we recorded great intros. And every time we asked Ben, like, hey, you got it? He was like, no, I didn't get this one. Like, fuck it, we'll do it the next time. And then after a while, Ben was like, we should just do it live every time. Like it's some fucking great idea, but you were just fucking up. So sure we're doing it live every time, because we have to.
We were doing the pilot episodes, and Ben was playing the beat, and Plus heard the beat, and Plus started saying, we some niggas. We some niggas, and I came up with the menu lie, I swear y'all, and we kept it. It was like, yo, this sounds dope. And from there, we just, kept the intro. So the first 6 episodes, Plus is not rapping, he's just saying we some niggas, and after that, we started doing the verses with it.
It's an interesting story because I'm a producer, I make beats, and I've done music before. And I made a beat that was inspired by a Haitian song that my mom used to listen to when I was young. And I made the beat, and one day when me and Ricky was on our way to a brunch in Fort Lauderdale, I played the beat for him in the car, and he really liked it. But I had no idea what to do with it. A few weeks later, we're doing our pilot episodes, and I start running off all the beats, and I played that one. And then all of a sudden, Plus did his thing, he started freestyling, and the rest was history.
What is that? Boom. The NWO podcast, I think, is one of the coolest things I've ever done, because I think of everything like comedically that I've ever done, I'm the most honest here. So it's like, it's a place where honesty prevails. So one way or another, like, we're just trying to give pure shit. We're not trying to really cater to anybody's political, whatever the fuck, religious, whatever the fuck. We're just trying to tell the truth as it is to us. How we feeling, everybody?
It means a lot to me because we put a lot of work into the NWO podcast. Like every week we record. We haven't missed a week since we started, and it's been a little over a year. Not one missed week. So it means a lot because like we're a voice for a lot of people, men or women. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what your stance is. So we take a lot of pride into that. So it means a lot to me.
Does your old lady have the right to borrow money from another man if you can't provide it? Hold on. And do you have the right to feel a kind of way if your old lady doesn't? Okay, so first of all, the crowd. Does a woman have a right to get money elsewhere if a man can't provide it?
It's a place where we have a voice for the people who are scared to say something. We say a lot of things that people are thinking and are afraid to say it for whatever reason, and we just come out and say it. So that's what it means to me.
Listen, let me tell you something. If I don't have the money, which I normally don't, but if I don't have the money, you better carry your ass straight to Amscott and get that payday back. Don't be asking no other nigga, no other man for money. Me? No, it's not happening.
It's a place where it's like therapy for me. You know what I mean? Like I get a chance to talk to my friends, not only them, but the audience and everyone else that listens. Like everyone just getting to chime in, and having that many people be able to hit you with a different perspective is very eye-opening.
Real talk. When's the last time you had a girlfriend that you actually love? That you actually love? Because no nigga Now, what woman is going to sit there and allow her to ask another man for money to pay bills? How can you fix your broke lips to tell her no? You broke. You have no money. You barely have a voice. You have no money. You gotta be some type of son. You have no money. You whisper in the house. You whisper.
Honestly, I was immediately concerned with cashing the check that we wrote. You understand? We told all these motherfuckers that, hey, come here. We're going to entertain you. So now they get here, we some niggas. Now it's entertain me.
So you rather ask the next man for money. I don't prefer it, but if I don't have it, I can't tell her don't go get it. That's ridiculous. Clown ass nigga, bro. You broke.
So it's like now that they've cheered and they say, yeah, we fuck with you. Now you have to do the shit that they came for. So for me, I was just concerned about just doing the best that I can, being reactive, being open to things happening during the show, just trying to create the best experience that we could for everybody.
When proposing to a woman, how much does her father's approval really matter to you? Like if he says, you can't marry my daughter, are you gonna marry her anyway? Marry that girl, marry her anyway.
There was a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a great feeling when the intro hits and everybody's dancing and singing and chanting.
What number was your body count when you quit counting and just let the tally rally up? What was the number? Where's mine? She took my room.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a feeling like, damn, these people really, you know, they fuck with us, you know what I'm saying? So at that moment, you know you gotta give them a show. You know what I'm saying? Because they came all this way to fuck with you. So yeah, man, it's a great feeling, man. I love it.
I have a surprise for you. Well, welcome everybody. One of Ricky's old hoes now.
It was surreal, to be honest. Right. Because here I am, we just had a baby of an idea and we just did it off of a whim, and everyone embraced us for it. They loved us for it. To see everybody jam into the intro music and following along with the words and the ad-libs that Ricky has and Plus has, it was something special. And that let me know that we were doing something that we should continue doing.
It's not knowing your body count is special. You say no. You say no. Guys are guys. Good. What else left for a black queen? Guys are guys. I say black queen.
It's good to see that people feel the same way I feel whenever they're going. You know what I mean? Because like I sit there and then it's just like, at first, we go through like maybe one pre-show run and Plus is just playing around.
What are the 5 top lies that women tell? Niggas say, ooh, yeah.
But then when we say go, you know what I'm saying, and he really turns it on, and it's a different vibe, man. It's actually a vibe, and I'm glad that people actually took that, you know what I'm saying, because that's dope.
Number 1 has to be I.K.A., definitely. That's number 1, definitely.
And the thing that make those niggas special is like it's their second show ever.
There's no worse feeling than watching her faking and you know she's faking it. Like you don't have to do this because I'm gonna get mine. So just wait and do that. The real deal is coming, just be patient. That's definitely number 1. Number 2 would be the last time they had sex.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Like I have no excuse to fuck up, but they have every. And them niggas delivered both times. They came through and they look like vets. Like you can't see that it's their first 2 shows. You can't see that shit. They come through and they handle business. So it's similar. You still have to entertain, you still have to speak, you have to be open. You have to embrace those who come out to see you and be appreciative. So it's same thing as far as I'm concerned.
Celebrate for 8 months. Everybody celebrate for 8 months. Everybody. Number 3 is I can count my body count on one hand. Come on! Who's fucking everybody else? All of you. One hand. If you live in North Miami, you're lying. You're lying. Okay, you're lying.
All of it.
It's kind of like validation, man. It's let you know that, you know what I'm saying, people are, like, it's one thing to listen to a podcast, but for people to fly from LA, drive from Tallahassee and Orlando, fly from Georgia to come hear you speak, that lets you know, man, like, that they really fuck with you. Like, you're doing something right, so.
Number 4 would be, I didn't know my period was on. Oh! They tell you that you knocked it on, you liar. You knew it was there the whole time. You knew it was there. And you're a liar. You let me part the Red Sea. Liar. You on the calendar. You got an app on your phone. You know what's going on? You got the app on your phone. Let me tell you something. When they act surprised, they deserve an Oscar. Look what she did. Your dick looks like a dagger. Hey, you ever seen the cherry parfait from McDonald's? Yeah.
It's motivation for us to just keep going, because right after the podcast, we was on the phone like, you know, we got to do this, we got to do that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's motivation to take the podcast to another level because people really fuck with you.
We talked about this before, but we didn't have women before. By all the ladies, if you have secret money your man doesn't know about, make some noise. Y'all boys.
Because I remember the first pilot episode they did it, and I mean, just listening to the first pilot episode, that was kind of what you, like, you had, listening to them talk, you kind of develop questions within yourself that you want to ask, you know what I'm saying? So it's really dope that they created a lane for people that listen to the podcast to speak directly to them, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? My assistant watched me overdrive. We had Red Lobster, and I'm like, pulling out the Capital One. You know, that's the last straw is Capital One. I slide the bill like, you gonna get this one? Go ahead, man.
The bathroom break is really a chance for you to check your account.
Let me tell you something. Wait, I'm sorry. You check your balance in the bathroom?
Tell me you don't do it. Tell me you don't do it.
She said, check it before we go. I'm in the bathroom transferring funds. Nobody knew you were going to order steak. That's the problem.
People barely come out of their house. Like, you know, I do comedy. So I know how hard it is to get somebody to come out of their house to go to your thing. So like the effort that it takes to leave your state, you know what I'm saying, get somewhere to stay, pull up at the right time, be dressed like everybody else. I think it's great effort to go through. And like we can't, that's priceless to us. Like, cause it's one thing to buy the ticket, but you came way from, God, like Ty came from LA, damn it. You understand? Like it's dope. So we appreciate it. We appreciate it. It just makes us feel great.
What is the worst insult or the worst thing that a woman can say to you? What is the worst thing you can be called?
It speaks volumes as to what we're doing, because it's special enough for them to actually take time out of their schedule to plan a flight and travel, spend money for hotel, room and board, and all that stuff.
What y'all think it is?
That's the worst? She said, fuck no. I don't even feel that. That rolls off my back. That used to be my name. Come on, get out of here. Listen, remember the front door. Come on, you feel it. You know, it gets my attention. She said, it gets my attention. I'm not hot.
No, that's usually, women say that.
That's casual. Like, what can she say that'll really hurt you?
If there's any sign that someone supports what you do, it's in the money that they spend to actually support it. So that's special. And I appreciate everyone who did so.
All right, it's a little personal, but okay, y'all family. We family, that's all. Nigga, nigga.
She said my balls between them.
So, bro, we were in North Carolina chilling. I'm in the shower, and all of a sudden she comes up to me and ring, ring, ring. I'm like, what the? That's how you do it. So I need you to landscape. Okay, Paul.
The live show was proof of that, you know, because once you see the footage of the live show, everybody's there in their merch, you know, they're singing, they know exactly when the segments are coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like, And like when we talking to them there, like a lot of them, I was my first time meeting a lot of them. They're like, yo, it's like we know you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like they know, cause they listen to us every week. So to me, that is a success. You know, people, when you can connect to someone, you know, to connect to people, I think that's a success. So yeah, it's dope.
If a gay nigga at the bar sends you a drink, do you accept it? My nigga, pass a drink. Mazel tov, gay man. But, however, after this Cardi B shit, hey! My nigga, keep your drink and keep your dick. I'm good.
I thought that was incredible. We had people from all over, California, Atlanta, Louisiana, New York, North Florida. Yeah, we had everybody pull up. I thought that was dope. Just to know that your reach goes that far, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day we do a live show in each of those cities.
The Ask a Real Nigga segment was created because I think, like when we all came up with it, it was only because like we knew that the three of us were so different. So it's like, if anybody, women especially, ask us a question, you can get the perspective of three different guys and find the common denominator. Like Ask a Real Nigga gives you an opportunity to ask a panel of guys the same questions, and they get to be objective because they have no investment in that question in your life. Just ask, and we can give you some gangster shit from some real niggas. Little bitch.
That's a real nigga. Like a gun chick. Follow me on Twitter. Bitch, I'm nigga. And I quit for nigga. And no song but slipper. Roll rock by dog answer. Okay.
We wanted an opportunity to hear back from the people who listen to us. And it gives us a chance to actually connect with them on a deeper level. So the Ask a Real Nigga segment of the show, it gives us an opportunity to do that. You know, because one thing about podcasts is that the listeners feel like they're connected to you. They feel like they know you. And that gives us a chance to actually get to know them.
Doing this different this time. Originally, we created Ask a Real Nigga so that women can get a chance to ask three dudes from three different walks of life the exact same question and get an unbiased answer from somebody who isn't trying to smash you. You get an unbiased, I'm trying to smash, but these two guys are trying, you can get an unbiased answer from somebody who has nothing to do with you. So we're inviting anybody right now to come to the stage, grab Sybil's mic, and ask us Ask a Real Nigga question.
Because all real niggas have a voice, and everybody wants to hear from a real nigga. So we created that. It's dope because it has the nigga name in it too. So
Yeah. So
any time we can say the word nigga, we try to use it.
Before we get into our this and that, actually guys, there is a guest who has a gift for you, and I would like to introduce her. And Bree, please come up here. Y'all give it up for Bree, and happy anniversary to the niggas with opinions. This beautiful young lady created a painting for you. You can come up here too, baby. Come up here too.
That's another surreal moment, because they felt so touched by what it is that we do that they wanted to put it on a canvas. You know, we saw an idea and we brought it to life, and they saw us and they brought us to life on canvas, and that's special. Yeah. That's special.
It was Amani by Steam, so I don't know if you can tell from the fans.
Thank you so much.
That was the highlight of the night for me, getting that artwork, because it takes a lot of time and effort to make that, and we didn't ask for it, they just did it for us, so I really, really appreciate it. I know the guys appreciated it as well, so it was pretty dope.
That's amazing, Bree. Thank you so much for this gift. It's amazing. NWO, congratulations.
Man, I think that was probably one of my highlights for the night, because as soon as I saw Bree's painting, I knew that had to go in the shop. As soon as I seen it, I knew that had to go in the shop. And then when I saw Chrysy's painting, I knew Plus was gonna steal it. So I didn't really keep eyes on it too long, because it's small and he can carry it from house to house. You know what I mean? So he's gonna do his thing.
Y'all gotta fight over who gets to take this home, right?
So Chrys, put it in the shop.
Alright, we gonna put it in Veggie Delights, the headquarters, that's right. Alright, let's get into the this and that.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Bree.
That shit was dope. I've known Bree a minute. It's one thing to get love from people, but like when it's like unprompted, unsolicited, I didn't ask you for a painting, I didn't ask you for this love. Something in you, something that we did made you want to show love genuinely. That's the best kind. Because it was genuinely a great surprise. Like, she did an amazing job. Bree did amazing, Chrissy did amazing. And it's like, it was two of them, and I'm looking at them like, bro, like it's a testament to, I guess, the work that we do and the influence that it has and the effect that it has on people, how it makes people feel. Like, our show makes people feel good and they want to make us feel good back. And I love that.
Team Jamaican patties, make some noise, little bit. Team Haitian patties, make some noise. Let me tell you something. I'm Team Jamaican patties, buddy. I don't care where I'm from. The patties have no meat, fam. Jamaican patties are full of meat, pause. Haitians are all crust, no viande. I'm straight.
Today, literally, it hit me like, I wish we had a this or that about Haitian patties or Jamaican patties. I wish I had just brought the patties. You know what I mean? Like, why talk about it when we can have a patty? Like, there are just little things that I wish I'd gotten to do. I wish we had more merchandise to sell, because people kept asking me, hey, I feel left out. I feel like a jerk. Can I have a shirt too? And it's just to say, we're fresh out. It's just little things. I mean, but I think as a performer, you're always gonna find little things. Like this entire week is all I've been able to think about. But ultimately, I think we created a good experience. And I think it was an authentic one that was true to the show. So I'm happy with it overall.
All my little titty girls, can y'all please like scream one time? Alright, so clearly, big saggy titties or small perky titties?
Big saggy, all day. Size matters, bro. Okay, those little puppies, they're like preteen boys, I'm straight. Big saggies. I don't care how far they sag. I don't care. As long as it's inside. You know what? They're supposed to fall to the side. They're supposed to have a piece of deodorant on it, just a little bit. Go to the side. You're supposed to taste secret when you suck it. That's a real woman.
So I'm not a real woman.
Unfortunately, you're a preteen, my love. I love you.
Noted.
Okay, so I told Sybil that her breasts were childish because they don't go to the side when she leans back. It was a hilarious joke until she mentioned that I was in her DMs and in her text messages singing sweet nothings to her.
Next time you text me on that bullshit, I'm gonna remember that, alright?
Hey, no. Hey.
I got receipts. It's no boy, it tickles your little fancy. Thank you.
Tickles your little fancy.
This little boy right here.
She has my news, I can't say nothing.
I have no response. It may not have been the best decision to make in public. However, I am still shooting my shot at Sybil. Baby, please. Baby, please. Baby, please. Baby, please.
You're a back hurt. You're a strong black woman. Okay? You can handle your back hurting. Still you rise, baby. Still you rise.
We were friends before we did a podcast, we're family, so Plus wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to do a sports podcast, and Ben is a producer, so it only made sense for us to get together because we were always talking and doing things like that. So now our conversations are pretty much recorded now. So that's all it is. It's just a conversation, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's dope, man. It's a lot of fun. I wouldn't do it with anybody else, man. Nobody else.
Who's the better rap group? We got Dipset, or the Hot Boys?
Okay, just to be fair, Team Dipset makes some noise. Team Hot Boys make some noise. I like it hot, and then know how to start with the project. Alright, hey!
Honestly, I'm just there as I'm like the audience, you know what I'm saying? I just like to have that perspective, and I'm just watching one of my favorite TV shows. Like every time these three get together, it's just, imagine if you had the opportunity to sit in on your favorite show, and then every once in a while they take like some of your artistic direction. I mean, it's a dream come true in a sense.
Can I have your name, please?
I'm Foxy.
You Foxy. Hey, Foxy. Give it up to Foxy, everybody.
That's a real name.
Oh!
Because aside from having to make sure that we sound good, making sure that everyone's levels is correct, making sure I'm on point with the sound effects, making sure that we cue up any music that needs to be played, I also have to contribute to the conversation.
Somebody who's willing to do what it takes to provide for everybody around them. Somebody who's willing to wake up a better man the next day than they did the previous day.
Engineer, I'm pretty sure you can understand that you find out what you're made of, especially at a live show, trying to make sure all of that happens and still contribute to the content of the show. So it's an immense amount of pressure.
For me, the real nigga is Nipsey Hussle.
I know. So why? But why you shut it down? Okay.
And Michael Jackson. First of all,
Shut up, bitch.
Michael Jackson is the reason why we're here. And without Michael Jackson, there's no podcast. Plus doesn't have a comedy career. Ben is not Ben.
Michael Jackson is like, the end of the world, touch silver. Make it a better place, fuck the helicopter. For you, boys are my world, you never do. And everyone I see, I see. Good night, everyone.
Michael Jackson is the reason why I'm here. As a matter of fact, let me show you my shirt, just in case you missed it. I keep him everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, he's there with me.
In my opinion, a real nigga is just simply somebody who's true to oneself. Just honest with yourself, honest with everybody else. You're real, you're true, there's no lie, there's no facade, there's no fraud in you. To be who you are, no matter where you are, I think it's to be a real nigga. And that's just it. I'm plus always. Straight like that.
We're not as successful as we want to be. Like I've been doing comedy for 10 years and I'm not rich. So it's like that teaches you that you also have to celebrate the short-term victories and the small victories or you'll go fucking crazy. So it's like, we're not where we want to be, but we're 2 live shows in. We're 6,000 listeners a month up. We got some social media people. We have people that like us who didn't like us last year. Folks who know us who didn't know us last year. I mean, by all means, we've exceeded all of our goals. So by that definition, we're successful. We've set new goals. So we just gotta see if we're successful next year. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the goals that we set a year ago, April 1st, 2018, we've exceeded all of those goals. So now we're setting more difficult goals. We'll see.
Simple. We have one right here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
From New Orleans. Oh, we got
hella ass. Come on, what up? Ask all the queens a question.
First of all, let me tell Ricky, meant to copy and paste my Instagram name on that.
It was her with the great question that you forgot her name. Which question? Episode 50. I'm so sorry. Wait. Where are you from?
I'm living in Baton Rouge, and I came down to
Put it out for somebody who traveled from Baton Rouge for the podcast, y'all. Oh my God! That's so lit. We appreciate you. Get your butt from me, man. Remove your butt.
In terms of how I've seen other podcasts develop, I think it's well on its way. You know what I mean? I know we have a lot more growing to do. We have a lot more equipment to actually bring all of our vision together. So, I mean, once our total vision is there, I think we'll be absolutely successful.
How long is the longest grudge that you guys have ever held?
How long is the longest grudge I've ever had? 31 years. I hate my dad. 31 years. He will never get $1 from me. If I am rich, he will still live in his efficiency. I will never give that nigga $1. 31 years. 31 years. I said goodbye. Never. And sadly, because of that, every woman in Tyler suffers. Okay? You are all so long. Those are really bad issues.
The culture of podcasting is a community. You know, you latch on to someone else and you bring yourself up and you bring them along with you. You know, that's how you create good relationships. A good businessman doesn't burn bridges, they build them.
Who made the cake? And somebody else made the cake.
Lakai Treats. Lakai Treats on Instagram. Thank you so much for the beautiful cake.
Thank you.
Chrissy Fabiola on Instagram for this beautiful painting.
Haitian cake is what you would describe as like a scrumptious sponge, right? Like, cause it's kind of dry. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little dry, but like no drier than like Red Lobster bread, and that's still delicious. So fuck you, okay? It's sweet. The ice is kind of thick, like the base. Dairy heavy. You bite into it, it's delicious. These niggas have no culture. You understand what I'm saying? These niggas have come here and been brainwashed by the whites. Publix cake is fucking diabetic. First of all, corn, starch, syrup, whatever the fuck is in that. Haitian cake has sugar from the canes, from our ancestors that we picked during slavery. Remember, 1804?
Hey, me and Chrissy, we got into an argument, right? And I accidentally called her a bitch. Your sister? Yes. So
Was it really an accident?
How old were you? I was in high school. So I came home and I found all my games and all my Michael Jackson CDs were all scratched up. Good woman. She scratched them up against the wall, so they were all messed up. Chrissy, and I didn't forgive her.
Podcasting, it's a family, you know what I'm saying? And all the podcasts we've shouted out have helped us in some type of way because we're new to the podcast game, and it's something that we can learn from all the other podcasts that we shouted out, and there's no hate there, so it's all love, and they all were there supporting. So much love to all the other podcasts that were there.
I still never forgave my mom for letting my dog walk himself outside the house. I have a Haitian ass mom, okay? So if she believed that dogs can walk themselves and come back home, but really what she was trying to do is get rid of the damn dog.
Hold on, wait a minute. I just got a damn text that my son's mother is here. Big up my damn big mom. Where I know she is. Where I know she is. But Eli, mama, I appreciate you. Actually, I want some cake. For us.
We still have a long journey, and we need to travel along that journey to see this through. We have dreams, we have things that we're aspiring to do, and I'm going to do my part to make sure we make that happen. All of us are.
Earlier in the podcast, you stated that if you didn't have enough money for whatever, that your girl can go and borrow from somebody, right? And on that same note, if she felt that you wasn't satisfying her, would it be okay for her and go get dick from
A great deal of the people that we name were like essential to our growth. And when people do good for you, you want to recognize them. Like the Liquor Read came through and they showed us immense love. The 7 Days podcast, like when we were getting ready to begin, like he was the one who told me you should do a podcast, you have the voice. Then I told Ben, a nigga told me this, I'm thinking about it. And then he's hearing the same thing from Ricky, so he made this happen. But it's like, we called Reggie from 7 Days when we were like, what equipment do we get? And I mean, we've changed since, but he pointed us in a direction. You understand? Like, I know what a podcast is because of Urban Sweet Talk. Like, I didn't understand what that was until I saw what Tanya was doing week after week. I was on her podcast a million times before I did this one. I was on AB's a million times before I did this one. So they kind of shaped my idea of what a podcast is. So like, you want to show that love back?
Can she get dick from someone else, nigga? I don't know, like, have y'all think I mind an open relationship? Have you niggas met me? Smash who you want. Just the rules gotta reciprocate, that's all. I don't care. Get what you need from wherever you need. I don't give a damn. I don't take it personally. Are your hearts broken? You thought I would be sad? You thought I had a soul? Get out of here. You thought I had a heart, right? You thought I had feelings? Get out of here.
My favorite part about the show, I enjoy watching Plus poke at Ricky until he just erupts into a superb deep dive. It's one of them, like, honestly, just sitting there watching, because he'll say something and then cut and then smile at me, and then I'll know he's about to start fucking with him, and then Ricky just feeds right into it every time. It's amazing to watch. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about being able to sit there and just watch everything happen. Like, yeah, it's really cool like that.
I agree with you. As long as you spread love and not STDs.
Spread love and not STDs.
That's right.
Shouts out Tanya Ron, it's beautiful.
One last thing. Y'all talked about itty bitty titties or saggy bags.
Yes, ma'am.
How about we all just be happy that we're all getting some orgasms and
Thank you. Make some noise for orgasms, everybody.
So without him, there's no podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the first sponsor on board. No questions asked. If there's anything we need, he supplies it for us. Weed for Plus, drinks for me, beef patties for Ben, a place to record. Without Vegan TrapLord, there's no NWO podcast.
Ladies, are you teaching someone that makes fruits? So wait, that's a great question. So if he doesn't know, are you willing to teach, ladies? My teachers make some noise. If you think teaching is childish, make some noise. How is he supposed to know?
He's a vital part of what we do. Intricate. You know, aside from us being in need of resources, he gave us the most important one of all, actually having a place to record. A home. He gave us a home. And he gives us a perspective that's unrivaled. His spirit alone is just something that makes anybody gravitate towards him. Right. He's our fourth mic. He's a part of the NWO family. He's family in general.
Not Plus, I know that much.
Thank you.
I'm the unofficial fourth member, yo.
Let's go ahead and get this started. Foxy, amazing question. I think, Ben, what do you define as a real nigga?
He has a great artistic influence. You understand? Like, some of the segments that we have, some of the things we talk about, some of the things that we implemented in the live show, it's his brainchild. Like, he's, damn near, I say, one of the artistic directors of this show. And then, like, he won't tell you, but he's famous. He's done work with the Drink Champs. So it's like he's seen what podcast greatness is. He's seen what Rich Nigga Podcast is. So he gives us a standard. Like he shapes us in the sense of, if you want to do what the big niggas are doing, you got to do this. You can't get that kind of direction from anywhere else. Direction is essential. And he gives us that. Plus a place where you can smoke in. Good golly, come on. Good G Willikers, buddy. Come on.
There's no way to do everybody. What works for one doesn't work for the other. Therefore, if I'm hitting a 45-degree angle and you need 56, tell me, man. Tell me. It's just a little adjustment in the stroke and then we back in. It's adjusted properly. Help me help you. Help us.
Initially, I got involved because Ricky was like, yo, I'm gonna do this podcast with Ben and a friend of his named Plus. He's a comedian. At that time, I honestly hadn't heard of Plus. I didn't realize that I knew who he was, so I kind of was like, all right, cool. when do y'all think about starting it? He's like, yo, they hadn't started it yet. Couple weeks later, he hits me and is like, yo, we did like 3 episodes. They're on SoundCloud if you want to check them out. I sat down, I listened to the first episode. That made me want to listen to the second one and the third one. And after I listened to all 3, like I just hit Ricky back and I was like, bro, when are y'all recording again? I want to be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because just hearing them talking, like the way they communicate with each other and they feed off of each other, it's just a great energy to be around. So, and then they're able to translate that just via audio. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really dope.
Say you meet the love of your life.
That's what never
The person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Then you find out they're the type of person that claps when the plane lands. What do you do?
Oh, God. You find the love of your life, somebody who you think is special, then they do some remedial stuff like clap when the plane lands. I hate those people, man. But see, like, I'm the kind of guy, I'm really petty, like, one nigga you never know who you're with. Do you clap? Why do you clap? Jesus did it, not the violence. Just pray. Jesse said,
I wish the live show was actually a little bit longer, honestly. I feel like we should have rocked it a little bit longer because nobody wanted to go home, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to chill and vibe with us, so I wish it was a little longer.
What's the number of our most recent episode? Raise your hand, Silver. You say what? 54? I have no idea. Is it 54? What is the number of that?
Look at me, first and foremost. Okay, winning smile, beard that connects, velvety, raspy voice. I've been on TV, I don't know if I mentioned that 2, 3, 4 times. I'm too humble with you niggas, that's the problem. I think I'm too humble. Okay, if I'm not the star, who? Ben? Ricky? Come on, like you don't have much options. I have to be the star of the show. Who else the fuck is it? Maybe Chrys. He had something about him, he has moxie, you know? Chrys has something special. These other niggas, bro, it has to be me. Okay, these niggas, Ricky will hold his guitar and shuffle like Tito while I do the moonwalking. Since he loves Michael so much, I'm doing the moonwalking. I never can say goodbye. And he's the one fucking shuffling with that guitar. That's his job.
Okay, I want to take this time really quick to recognize some of our fellow sister and brother podcasts in the building. Make some noise really quick for the Urban Sweet Talk podcast, everybody. Our sisters in the building.
I know that there were a couple of people that I didn't get to embrace and actually chop it up with. And for those of you out there who didn't get a chance to talk to me, I apologize. Things were hectic. But that's the one thing I regret.
Make some noise for the Big Green Roller podcast. Keep it going. Keep it going for my brother, the Lit Green podcast. Yes, keep it going for 7 days podcast, everybody. My brother. Keep it going for the No Coffee Table podcast. And all brothers who ain't here, the Ignorant and Drinking podcast. Yeah! Want to take this time to once again recognize our brother, Vegetarian Delight and Vegan TrapLord. One more again. Want to thank Heaven Sent Hair coming up again. One more again. Thank you, Heaven Sent Hair. Thank you, the Happy Hour Box. Thank you, 3150 Clothing. Keep it going.
Podcast-wise, man, I'm really impressed with what they do. Like, Ben does a great job with sound. Like, he makes sure that we sound great every week. And like, if you listen to episode 1 and episode 55, like there's a huge difference in how we sound. He invests time, he invests money. The nigga's doing research and attending seminars and weird shit. Like, he's going out of his way to make sure that we sound good. And I don't know anything about fucking sound. I don't know what, like, Ben has a box of chords. I don't know what the fuck they're for. You understand? It's just a testament to like his hard work. And then Ricky is maybe the one who has the heaviest hand in our marketing. And like a lot of the merch is his idea and his responsibility. And it's like, if he, in the first live show, we did episode 25, I thought we were being too ambitious. And he believed in it. And we did that shit. So it's like a lot of the fire that is this show is Ricky. And podcast-wise, both of them do great work. I'm the star, but they do most of the work, as it should be, honestly. Because I deserve it.
a good time today, everybody? I need some more. Did we enjoy ourselves today? Everybody! Give us my brother Bennessy one more time, everybody, please. Shouts out Big High. Give it up for Picture, everybody. Give it up for Picture, everybody. Give it up for Simple, everybody, our host for this evening. Give it up for the lovely DJ Whiskey Chick for the ones and twos all night. Am I missing anybody? Hey, thank you guys so much. You like going to party mode.
Message to the nigga Navy. We appreciate you. We need you. Tell your motherfucking friends. If you weigh more than 245 and have not hit my DMs yet, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. All right? Bang. Big stroke. Come on. Nigga. Appreciate y'all.
Nigga Navy, I just want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for listening to us every Tuesday. Thank you for buying merch. Thank you for telling a friend and listen to us. Thank you for pulling up to the live show. From the bottom of all of our hearts, we want to thank you guys and let you guys know that there's more coming. We're just getting started. Nigga.
I love you, Plus loves you, maybe in a different way. Ricky loves you, the Vegan TrapLord loves you. We appreciate everyone who listens and tunes in on a weekly basis. You already know what I'm gonna say. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the podcast, and we're gonna keep it coming as long as y'all stay with us.
Everybody watching, everybody supporting, stay tuned. We got a whole lot more in store. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you supporting us so far. Again, this is just the beginning. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you follow us everywhere at NWO Podcast, at the NWO Podcast. Visit nwopod.com. You know what I'm saying? On the gang.
Who's Benny B? That's me.
Haitian cake is special, just like Haitians in general. I mean, Haitian cake, it's thick, especially the icing. The consistency of it is different than any other cake out there. It's an acquired taste, so just keep an open mind whenever you have it.
My point exactly.
G Willikers, man, fuck that. What you talking? Oh, the nigga stood up with the shades, got famous, did the fucking JFK wave. What's going on, everybody? Hey, when a nigga wears shades inside, he's too cool for fucking school.
I don't know, that's a good question. Who the fuck is Scooty? When you find out, you let me know.